you know, you know.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Strong start by this defense. 3rd and short, they go with a run. Stonewalled for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Here's Rashad Penny, first carry for the former San Diego State Aztec. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 41 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Wilson now off the bootleg. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw is Wilson. And fights through one man. He's got Lockett. Wilson to Lockett there for the Seahawk first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action here on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
On second down, here's Penny. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On second down, Elliott. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his legs.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. The give is to Elliott. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here we go, 46. Here we go, 48. Here we go, 26.
A give to Elliott. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here we go, 48. Hey, 47. 26.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Barkevius Mingo coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And out now come the Seahawks. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Flushed out right. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson, eluding the pressure right. He hits Baldwin right side. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go, fellas. We got 4 down. Let's go.
On 2nd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
The Seahawks on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
19.
Now it's Wilson. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. 2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had 2 excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had 2 huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone talking about the no call.
Yeah, and we should be talking about Legatron. A 48-yarder to get them to overtime. The 57-yarder to win it in overtime. He should be the guy who should be exalted right now, but you're exactly right. Nikhil Roby-Coleman's hit on Tommy Lee Lewis in regulation, when I saw it live, thought it was a bang-bang play. Turned out, it was definitely a missed call. Plus, they missed helmet-to-helmet contact on it as well. So if you're a Saints fan, you are very, unexcited about the Rams advancing to the Super Bowl, but I still don't want pass interference to become a reviewable call. The game flow is paramount to me. Let's not slow it down any more than it already is.
Yeah, it could be a slippery slope, then you start doing it with everything, right?
Next thing you know, we'll be reviewing holding. And by the way, you can probably call holding just about every play in the NFL.
A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Done. Go, get out there.
And now with the play clock winding down, Jason Garrett opts to take a timeout, as he'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here you go. 47. 26.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, as the first half is winding down, and the Cowboys will extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now Wilson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Shotgun. Gun.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Point after, right down the middle. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this is
do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's caught, Lockett. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Penny, a first down carry. Room to run past midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On first down, Wilson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A really nice gain of 25 yards. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there are very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On second down, here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. As his guys are in for 6. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Here's Wilson. And this is incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. While we have a second, Charles, the Patriots, of course, back in the Super Bowl, getting the 37-31 victory over KC in the AFC title game. Great game, but, the Patriots...
nobody believes in them.
Yeah, right. They're playing that underdog card, but I thought it was funny because after the game, they asked Tom Brady, were you guys just trying to use that for your own motivation? He said no comment because they were. They know they're not the underdog.
They know it, but when you've been that great for this long,
you need something.
You've got to find something different. And Tom Brady, I've got to give him credit. Somehow he made his team buy that and believe in it when no one else in the country did. And I think it really started with their first playoff game this year when the Chargers came to town. I know I picked the Chargers against them. A lot of people picked the Chargers. They took that as, well, no one believes in us. And everyone thinks we're not as good. They were just wrong about that part, as we were wrong about the Chargers beating them.
And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Cowboys on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
46. Here we go. 46.
They just get the play off. Now Prescott steps away to his left. Now he'll let this one go. Deep left side. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It's a big play there on third down. 47 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
It's coming now.
A first down carry by Elliott. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. 48. Let's go. Let's finish now. Here you go. 26.
Now Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On the sneak, it's Prescott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to bring up fourth. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Baldwin. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Baldwin. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wilson, they'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Check 50. 12. 14.
On 1st down, Wilson. And oh, this This is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 23 yards on the play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Took foot. Tempo.
Wilson will throw again. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal.
Gotta go. Empty. Spread left.
Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Single, slots. Cut. 380. Cut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Tyler Lockett, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. Janikowski good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. To kick is Janikowski. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
46. Here we go, 46. Good. Here we go, 46. 26.
A first down throw for Prescott. Now he's forced out left. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for Dallas. And even 50 yards. Exactly 50 yards on that last play as they just go from 125 to the other for 1st and 10. 10th carry now for Elliott. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Here you go. It's coming now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And his kick is indeed good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went. Nope.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
On 2nd down, Davis. And he'll get this up over the 25 and the 26. 9 yards on the run there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9.
Cut! Move the team! Hey, 0, 0, 0. 14, 14. 19. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Man out, man out, man out. Ran out. 12, 12. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
Here's Wilson operating from the gun. And that is incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
12. 14. 14. 14. 14. 14. Run it. 14.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Now a carry for the big fella. This is Jameis Olawale. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now they'll give it to the fullback, Olawale. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. This is where, 4th quarter, you got the lead. You give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
You say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering whether they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Short pickup there down to about the 9. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options.
Coming now. Hey, swing.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after try forthcoming. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. The clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Wilson now from the gun. He'll throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, Wilson dumps that off to Penny, his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Here's Wilson to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Well, Prescott here to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Get out. Here we go. Wide, ain't it? Take 4. Switch, it's 8.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
4 down. Hey, here we go. Wide, ain't it? Here we go, 46. I got it. 46.
Prescott now. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is, because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head